Imagine waking up one morning and realizing the school that promised to turn you into a superhero has actually been turning kids just like you into biological weapons, lab rats, and ticking time bombs. And you're next. That's Gen 5 in a nutshell. A college for Supes that's really a horror spin-off of The Boys, where clout, rankings, and brand deals matter more than human life, and the only thing more dangerous than your powers is who's controlling them behind the scenes. So let's run through the entire story of Gen V Season 1 in 14 minutes, from Marie's first drop of blood to Homelander's terrifying final smile. We start with Marie Moreau, a girl whose powers show up in the worst way possible. As a kid, she gets her first period, panics, and discovers she can control blood by accidentally killing both of her parents. Her little sister Annabeth watches this happen and never forgives her, and Marie is shipped off to a soup facility, growing up believing she's a monster who has to earn the right to even exist. Years later, Marie finally gets what looks like a second chance. She's accepted into Godolkin University, God U, basically the Harvard of superhero schools, owned by Vought and designed to churn out the next generation of the Seven. The whole place runs on rankings, social media, and PR. The higher your score, the closer you get to fame, sponsorships, and maybe a spot on the world's most powerful superhero team. On day one, Marie meets her new roommate, Emma, a YouTuber-sized bundle of insecurity whose power lets her shrink or grow by literally forcing herself to vomit or binge. So even her ability is tied to eating disorders and body shame. She also crosses paths with the campus all-stars, Luke Reardon, better known as Golden Boy, the #1 ranked student with flame powers, his best friend Andre, who can manipulate metal, Jordan Lee, a powerful soup who can shift between male and female forms with different abilities, and Kate, a mind controller who can rewrite people with a simple touch. That's when the cracks in the shiny God U facade start to show. Luke, already haunted by visions of a boy trapped somewhere called the Woods, snaps. He kills Brink in his office, goes on a fiery rampage across campus, and nearly kills Marie before Andre and Jordan manage to stop him. As he finally calms down, Luke whispers something to Andre about his younger brother Sam, then incinerates himself in the sky. The campus, the students, and Vought's entire narrative are left in shock. Vought does what Vought always does, spins the story. They blame Luke's breakdown on mental health, cover up Brink's murder, and turn Marie into a brand new hero, giving her full credit for stopping Golden Boy. She becomes the first ever freshman to break into the university's top 10 rankings, suddenly a PR darling instead of a disposable orphan. Dean Indira Shetty, the calm, polished head of God U, takes Marie under her wing, playing therapist and mentor while quietly making sure Marie feels grateful and controllable. Meanwhile, Emma thinks she's getting a break too. She makes a new friend, Justine, who seems genuinely interested in her and her power. But once Justine learns the ugly truth, that Emma only shrinks when she starves herself and vomits, she doesn't support her. She leaks it to the internet for clout. Emma's trauma becomes clickbait overnight, and their friendship goes up in flames. Andre, still reeling from Luke's final words, starts digging. Marie, trying to balance her guilt, her trauma, and her new fame, gets another emotional gut punch when she learns that Vought finally reached out to Annabeth, and Annabeth wants nothing to do with her. On live TV, Marie protects Jordan by hiding their role in Luke's final moments, choosing survival in the system over burning it all down, at least for now. Andre pushes further into Brink's office looking for proof of the Woods. He almost gets caught by security, but Kate steps in, using her powers to redirect memories and save him. She pays for it with a brutal seizure, hinting that every little mind wipe is slowly breaking her down. Still desperate to find Sam, Andre recruits Emma for a dangerous mission. She shrinks, infiltrates the Woods, and manages to actually reach Sam, a super strong, mentally unstable soup who's been tortured, drugged, and gaslit into questioning reality. Emma sees what this place really is: rows of cells, screaming test subjects, military-level security, and gets just enough time to talk to Sam before alarms blare, guards swarm, and everything goes to hell. Sam is sedated and locked down again, and Emma is forced to hide, but not before she kills a guard in self-defense. Sam eventually recovers and escapes with Emma in a bloody, chaotic breakout, tearing through guards like they're made of paper. They hide at an abandoned drive-thru, and for a moment, it feels like a weird, broken, almost sweet date between two damaged people. But Sam's mind is fractured. He sees hallucinations. He can't separate reality from the cartoon violence in his head, and he becomes fixated on killing Dr. Edison Cardosa, the scientist who played a big role in his torture. That's Sam's mission. Kill the man behind his nightmares. Marie's response is one of the show's most brutal and cathartic moments. She literally explodes his genitals using her blood powers. It's disturbing, it's darkly funny, and it reinforces that at God U, even the gifted students are monsters in training if you let them be. Soon, Tech Knight arrives on campus. He's a famous Supes/TV host with Sherlock-level observation skills and disgusting hidden fetishes, handed a Vought+ show called The Whole Truth. His secret mission? Find someone expendable to blame publicly for Luke's meltdown and wrap up the Golden Boy situation in a neat little bow. Tech Knight interrogates everyone, ripping secrets out with surgical precision. He forces Marie to reveal that Jordan actually helped stop Luke, undermining Vought's preferred narrative. When he learns that Sam escaped the woods under Shetty's watch, he tries to flip the script and frame Shetty as the real villain. But Shetty is ready. She shuts him down by threatening to expose his most depraved secrets, and Tech Knight quietly backs away, choosing career and kink over justice. Marie, Emma, Andre, Jordan, and Kate manage to subdue Sam and bring him in, but Marie's reality keeps slipping. She blacks out again and wakes up in bed with Jordan, which is awkward enough on its own, but it's also a sign that something is seriously wrong with her memories. Her life is being edited just like God U's PR videos. She just hasn't realized by whom. Then things get even stranger. One day, Marie and her friends wake up at a party with no idea how they got there or what happened. Sam's roaming the campus, trying to avoid recapture, and when he finds Emma and Marie, they don't even remember who he is. Their minds have been scrubbed clean. Behind the scenes, Cardosa meets with Shetty and reveals what he's really been working on. A virus that can strip Supes of their powers and kill them. His plan is to test it on Marie because her blood-based ability makes her the perfect lab subject. Shetty refuses to involve Marie yet, but she's fully on board with the virus itself. As a woman whose family was killed in a Supe-related tragedy, Shetty isn't just running a school, she's orchestrating revenge against an entire species. Kate steps in as a convenient scapegoat and savior. She blames Rufus for the missing memories, leading Marie, Jordan, and Andre to confront him. But they keep losing time, fainting and doubling back. Emma starts noticing patterns and realizes something is off. She and Marie figure out that they did know Sam before, and someone forced them to forget. While digging for the truth, Marie finds a tracking device embedded in her neck and starts suspecting that Shetty and Rufus are both involved in their mind games. Marie tries to confide in Kate, but every time the topic gets too close, Kate literally pushes her to change the subject with a touch. That's when Jordan figures it out. Marie keeps forgetting entire conversations with Kate. Emma finally finds Sam, and he drops the bombshell. Kate has been the one erasing memories all along. She's the reason Luke forgot about Sam. She's the reason no one remembers the woods. She's been Shetty's secret weapon the entire time. Emma calls Marie and Jordan, and just as Andre is about to kill Rufus, Kate breaks down, admits everything, and restores their memories in one massive psychic wave. The backlash nearly kills her. Kate suffers a huge seizure and accidentally traps Marie, Jordan, and Andre inside her own mind, creating a twisted mental maze made of everyone's worst memories and secrets. An imaginary version of Soldier Boy, her soldier boyfriend, pops up as a warped guide, warning them that if Kate shuts down, they all do. Inside this psychic prison, the group walks through each other's most painful moments. They see Luke's anger when he discovered he and Sam were lab subjects, pumped full of Compound V as kids. They watch Kate being ordered by Shetty to make Luke forget that Sam was locked in the woods, forcing her to live with the guilt of erasing the person he loved most. They relive Jordan's big moment, saving Brink from an enraged Luke and earning a job as his TA, only to realize even that achievement was part of a bigger lie. and Marie is forced back into the night she killed her parents, hearing Annabeth scream that she did it on purpose. Eventually, they confront Kate at the center of her own mind. She's tired, guilty, and broken, but she also believes she did everything to protect them. Marie and the others push her to own what she's done instead of hiding from it, and that acceptance snaps them all back into the real world. Sam, still raw and unpredictable, arrives ready to kill Kate for manipulating him and helping Shetty. Emma steps between them and talks him down, reminding him that Kate is also a victim in a system that weaponized her. For a brief moment, it looks like this messed up friend group might actually come together to expose God you and make things right. But in the shadows, Cardosa keeps testing his virus. He experiments on a student named Betsy, an electrokinetic girl whose powers suddenly weaken as she grows sicker and sicker, until she dies, proving the virus works. At first, Shetty is horrified, but then she doubles down and orders Cardosa to make it contagious, turning it into a potential species killer for every Supe on Earth. From here, everything rushes toward an apocalypse-level showdown. Kate, fed up with being used and consumed by guilt, decides that destruction is the only real way to help Supes. She kills Shetty, claiming it's for Marie, for their friends, and for every Supe tortured in the woods. Sam agrees. He's tired of being an experiment and wants to be a hero on his own terms, even if that means becoming the monster humans always feared. Kate and Sam break into the woods and free all the imprisoned Supes. These aren't trained students, they're broken, angry test subjects who only understand pain and revenge. Kate becomes their leader, whispering instructions into their heads, while Sam follows her orders and shuts off his empathy completely. She tells him to stop feeling pain, stop caring, and lean fully into violence. The result is a campus-wide massacre. Freed Supes pour out of the woods and start slaughtering humans, students, staff, security, without checking who knew about the experiments or who didn't. It's pure chaos. Bodies flying, powers detonating, the school literally drenched in blood. Marie, Emma, Andre, and Jordan fight back, trying to stop the carnage without killing everyone they're supposed to be protecting. This isn't just hero versus villain, it's victims versus victims with totally different ideas of what justice looks like. Marie wants to break the cycle and be better. Kate and Sam want the scales balanced in blood. As things spiral, Vought does the one thing it always does when it's in trouble. It calls Homelander. He arrives in classic Homelander style, floating above the destruction like a living god. For a moment, it looks like he might actually step in on the side of our kids, Marie and her friends, who are trying to stop the slaughter. Instead, he looks down, reads the situation his own twisted way, and sides with Kate and Sam. In his mind, they're Supes defending themselves against humans, and that's all that matters. Marie, in a last-ditch effort, uses her blood powers on Homelander himself, a move that would be considered suicide by anyone with survival instincts. She blasts him, proving she's not just another scared student, she's a real threat. Homelander doesn't kill her yet. He just looks at her with that terrifying, amused curiosity, like someone who's just discovered a new toy that might become a problem later. The aftermath is bleak. Instead of being hailed as heroes for trying to stop the massacre, Marie and her friends wake up in a locked, sterile facility that feels a lot like a nicer version of the woods. They've been framed as the villains of the story, blamed for everything that happened on campus. Vought rewrites the narrative again. Kate and Sam, the actual leaders of the uprising, are presented as the true heroes in some corners, while Marie and her crew are turned into scapegoats. On the other side, Kate and Sam stand tall in the wreckage, backed, at least for now, by Homelander's approval and the growing wave of Supe supremacy that's starting to swallow the boys' universe. They're too far gone, convinced that the only way forward is to dominate humans before humans can exterminate them. So by the end of Gen 5 Season 1, the board is completely reset. The good kids are locked away and branded as threats. The traumatized villains are being framed as liberators. The woods is exposed, but no one in power is actually paying for it. And a Supe-killing virus exists that could wipe out an entire generation if it ever gets loose. Marie wanted to become a hero to atone for killing her parents. Now she's trapped in a system determined to turn her into the perfect weapon or bury her for refusing to play along. That's the entire first season of Gen V. a story where the line between hero and villain isn't just blurred, it's weaponized, edited, and streamed in 4K, and the real war for who controls the next generation of Supes has only just started. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more stories like this, tap like, drop your favorite moment in the comments, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video.